The United Arab Emirates' decision to exit OPEC and OPEC Plus has triggered global debate on oil prices, supply dynamics, and geopolitical strategy. While markets assess short-term stability, experts say the long-term implications could reshape global energy flows, including for India. India, which imports nearly 90% of its crude oil needs, may stand to benefit from the UAE's decision to ramp up production outside OPEC quotas. Experts say this could open the door for long-term supply deals and price negotiations with a geographically closer and strategic partner, potentially lowering freight costs and easing the import bill.
Look, deepening the bilateral energy relationship is something that I invested a lot of time when I was ambassador in UAE from 2016 to 2019. We signed our first oil concession for Lower Zakum at that time. We opened the doors for our subsequent concessions in Abu Dhabi Onshore 1. We signed and executed our first strategic petroleum reserve at that time in Padur, and the second one in Mangalore. So I certainly see that given the very special relationship that India has with the UAE, we should benefit from this move in two ways. One, I think once the war ends and things come back a little bit to the normal, UAE will be able to produce more, and that should have a calming effect on oil prices. And India, certainly as one of the world's largest importers of oil, will benefit from any moderation in oil prices from their current levels. And secondly, because of our relationship with UAE, we may be able to do bilateral deals with UAE in a way that we cannot while UAE remains within the straitjacket of the OPEC.
The UAE's move to withdraw from the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, effective May 1st, 2026, has been described by its Energy Ministry as part of a long-term strategy to strengthen domestic energy production and increase flexibility in global markets. US President Donald Trump also welcomed the decision, calling it great and suggesting it could help lower oil and gas prices in the long run.
The United Arab Emirates, the UAE, they pulled out of OPEC.
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Look, I know him very well, Mohammed, and very smart. And he probably maybe wants to go his own way. That's a good thing. I think ultimately it's a good thing for getting the price of gas down, getting oil down, getting everything down. They have it all. He's a great leader, actually. So no, I'm okay. They're having some problems in OPEC.
However, reactions remain cautious in the West Asia region. Iran's Consul General in Mumbai said the issue is primarily between OPEC members and acknowledged potential wider implications, but stopped short of taking a firm position.
As an effect of war, now UAE has blamed Saudi Arabia for its damages, and they've also announced that they will not be part of the OPEC effective from the 1st May. So what's Iran's say on this? UAE going out of OPEC?
اولا این یک موضوعی هستش که خب طبیعتاً مشکلاتی هست که بین این کشورها همیشه وجود داشته. ماهای قبل هم نمونه از این مشکلات رو دیدیم بر سر یمن، ولی عرض من این هستش که این نیازمند بررسی داره و بیشتر مسئول نفتی کشور ما باید اظهار نظر بکنن و طبیعتاً ما تو این موضوع دخالتی نداشتیم، یا بهتره بگم که ما نظر خاصی راجع به این موضوع نداریم و من نظرم این هستش که موضوعی هست که بین خود امارات و عربستان هست، هرچند ممکنه مسائلی بشه که دامنگیر بقیه کشورهای عضو اوپک هم بشه یا موضوعات نفتی.
Former diplomat Ashok Sajjanhar called the exit a game changer, saying it could reshape oil pricing, production strategy, and even geopolitics with significant implications for India's energy security.
That question, I think it's a game changer, both as far as energy trade is concerned, as far as oil trade is concerned, oil pricing is concerned, oil production is concerned. I think also the implications are not only in the region of oil, energy, commerce, but it is also geopolitics. That is why this move has taken place at this time. And of course, the implications for India are also huge, because India and the United Arab Emirates have very strong ties, have very strong relations. So first, coming as far as the exit of the United Arab Emirates from the OPEC is concerned, of course, in terms of the significance of OPEC, it will come down even further. We have seen that in recent years, there have been a number of companies that have moved out. Indonesia is one, Qatar is another in 2019. I think more recently it was Angola also. So there are a number of countries, but of course we see that around 10 years ago in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, there were 10 other countries which became partners, which became OPEC plus format. So, you know, that expanded the outreach of OPEC, and these are significant countries. So they contributed really about 50% of the global oil production. But of late, and particularly because of what has been happening over the last 2 months, we have seen that the production of oil as far as OPEC is concerned, it has come down to about 44-45%. And now with about 4 million barrels of oil a day of the UAE that it produces, that coming down, the heft of OPEC is going to further come down. United Arab Emirates had been feeling increasingly unhappy and uncomfortable, both because it wanted to increase its output, and it has invested very hugely in bringing in terms of production and refining of oil, and so it wanted to put that investment to good use. But because of the limitations that were put by OPEC, and particularly by Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia is the largest producer, as I said, so it is interested in higher prices. While as far as the United Arab Emirates is concerned, it's a smaller country, and many of the other smaller producers, although UAE is the third largest producer in OPEC, but still it wants a much greater production, because that will be able to help its own development and modernization program.
In the short term, there is no material impact, simply because we have, with the Strait of Hormuz closure and the production shut in from various producers, including UAE themselves, the shortfall of crude that we're seeing in the market is like 1 billion barrels per day. So that whatever incremental production that can come online from UAE exiting OPEC Plus and not subjected to quota is really not going to make any significant dent. But if you look forward then, if in the future we come to a situation where we're in an oversupply world again, that can, it can come, maybe in a few years' time, that's when the impact will be felt to the markets, where UAE can now produce as much as they need or want to without needing to adhere to quota from OPEC, and that will basically put a ceiling to whatever oil price in the future.
With one of OPEC's key producers stepping out, global energy markets now face a new phase of uncertainty, where supply control, pricing power, and geopolitical alignments may begin to shift.